What's going on, guys? And today I'm going to tell you the top 10 worst Hampton-based ceiling fans that were ever made. So we're going to get started here. As you can see, I wrote a list, and alright, let's get started here. So, number 10 is the Hampton Bay Littleton. Littleton is bad because they're cheap, and they're noisy, and they have really small motors. But the older Littletons from like the 90s are good, and early 2000s are good, but the newer Littletons today are bad. So, yeah, that's what's bad about the Littleton. They're just cheap. They're just really cheap, and they're the cheapest Hampton Bays sold today at Home Depot. Alright, so 10 is the Littleton. 9 is the Carriage House 2. Now, the Carriage House 2 is bad because they make scraping noises, and the blades will sag over time, and they have cheap motors, and they were made by King of Fans, so that's another thing that's bad about them. So yeah, 9 is the Carriage House 2, and number 8 is the Devon. The Devon is bad because they wobble and they make grinding noises, and they're just junk. So yeah, 8 is the Devon. Number 7 is the Landmark 3/Landmark Plus. That's bad because they have a really cheap small motor and they make noises, they buzz, and they wobble. But I have a Landmark 3 Plus. I have a Landmark 3 myself, 42-inch version, and it blows a really good amount of air, and it doesn't make much, and it doesn't really make an annoying buzzing noise or wobble, but yeah. So again, the Landmark 3s may be good performers, but they're just sometimes bad quality. But not all Landmark 3s are bad, but I thought I'd still throw it on the list. And I was originally going to put number 7 as the Carousel 2, but I thought maybe not, because they blow a good amount of air, but they can have bad capacitors. But yeah. So number 7 is the Landmark 3. 6 is the Blair. The Blair is bad because they don't blow much air at all, and they're noisy. And yeah, that's what's bad about the Blair. Number 5 is the Grayton 2. Grayton 2 is bad because they have really small, cheap motors, and they're noisy, and they buzz, and the blades can sag. And yeah, so 5 is the Grayton 2. Number 4 is the Colby. Colby is bad because the blades sag, and they're made by King of Fans. And the lights can get, and the bulbs can get burning hot, so that's what's bad about the Colby. 3 is the San Marino. San Marino is really bad because they have a really small motor and they have bad capacitors, in which case they only work on 2 or 1 speed. And some San Marinos, when you buy them brand new, they don't even work at all. When you just bought it from Home Depot, piece of junk. And they're also noisy, and yeah, that's why the San Marino is bad. Number 2 is the Middleton. They're one of the newer Hampton Bays, introduced in 2013, and I believe they are still being sold, but I'm not sure though. But Middletons are bad because they have a horrible small motor, they wobble, they make noises, and their parts are like really, really defective. So that's why the Middleton is so bad. And now the worst Hampton Bay fan is the Medilli. The Medilli is really bad because Mr. Horsepower 7 had like 2 Medillis, or he was known as Jack Patterson 7 at first. He had 2 Medillis in his high school, and one of them almost killed him and all of his friends, and and they move just about and pretty much they move nowhere, and they're made by King of Fans. They're noisy. They can break. The receivers can fail, and yeah, don't ever buy them at daily because it is a piece of junk. So yeah, those are the top 10 worst Hampton Bay fans. Hope you enjoyed this vid, and stay tuned for more.